Today on GONITRO, we're getting a first-hand lesson in a combat style known for its focus on peace, from a sensei who will demonstrate the proper techniques for this amazing art. It's one thing to watch the pros, it's another thing to train with them. But there's just one catch. They've had half their lives, we have half an hour. Because every athlete has a first day. Here's the place. Here's the legend. New teacher. But we've never done this before. Experience? Zilch. No clue how to start? Less clue how to play. And neither do you when you start out. Because every athlete has a first day. And you've just been drafted. Aikido is a martial art that has been designed specifically to use body mechanics and movements to disable an opponent, prevent a fight, defend against an attacker, but also used body motion to avoid injury in various emergency situations. Some of the motions and techniques demonstrated in these, as well as other martial arts episodes of GONITRO, can take years to master and should not be attempted without attending a reputable dojo and receiving proper instruction. We aim to provide an accurate depiction of what to expect in some of your first classes if you choose to pursue various activities. This episode demonstrates many of the basic body maneuvers and warm-ups that form the baseline for Aikido. Our professor, Sensei Virgil Lee. Let's see how we do.
All right, so what are we going to do today?
Well, the first thing we're going to do is get ready for training. We'll put on our belt and our uniform.
Sounds great. Now, what's the proper way to put the belt on?
Okay, so you're going to start with the center, on your center.
Hopefully I don't wind up getting it in the wrong place.
We take this, we find the center line. And you're going to go this way. You're going to put this one around flat onto your back.
Yeah.
Across to the other side.
Yeah.
And you're going to put this one on top.
Oh, so it's going to go flat.
This one's going to go flat on top.
Oh, okay.
And as you're going to feed this one around and keep it underneath right here.
Oh, whoops. So this is going to feed in
underneath. There you go.
Oh.
And all three are going to cross in the middle.
Ah.
And then you're going to take this. And
Yeah.
Go over or under, sorry.
So under here like this?
That's right.
Okay.
And bring it out the top and just tie it just like you would your shoelaces.
Ah.
And get it there. At this point, you want it even.
Okay.
Not even.
Oh yeah.
So we're going to take this and go between here.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Is that going to go between the two?
Yeah, that's right. Just a little bit. There you go.
Just a
and then
touch.
you're going to take this one and you're going to go between and out the other side.
Between here?
There you go. Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Out the other
Just
side,
sort of
and then pull
There
tight.
we go.
Yeah. Give it a good pull. There you go.
There we go.
And that's how we put them on. We're going to line up. So I'll have you just right over here. Okay. formal sitting.
The warm-up and body movement drills are especially important in Aikido. This ensures that there is less chance of pulling muscles or damaging ligaments during the later exercises, which put more strain on those areas.
We do a pretty thorough warm-up, so if I'll just get you to move down over here, or we can create some space. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put our feet out at about shoulder width. We're going to rotate our center for our hips and allow our arms to just wind up around. We're going to breathe in, extend up and back, move to the upper back corner, down to the front, up to the rear, to the front. And from here, we're going to put our feet together. Sweep our arms back and forth, starting low and working to a full range of motion. We're going to make circles, 5 to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we're going to go the opposite way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Down. And then leave our head down. Just push your center up. Back down. Up. Okay, then we're going to come up. We're going to raise our left hand above our head. We're going to grab thumb to the base of the thumb. In the hand, we're going to stretch towards our right side. Stretch this way. We're going to go down. We're going to take this hand. We're going to go around. We're going to look through the triangle of our hands and do a full circle. Keep reversing direction each time. Drop down into a deep stance, often called a horse stance in a lot of arts. We're going to have to make sure our knees are going the same direction as our feet. Slight rotation. Next one we're going to do is a quad stretch. Are you able to lay all the way back this way? If you aren't, just extend your body up so you stretch the quads. If you can, lay all the way back, and lay all the way back. No, just keep your toes, just keep them beside each other underneath you. Maybe don't cross the feet. And if you can't go back that way, that's all right. Not everybody's used to that.
I definitely have some flexibility issues. As are probably evident, everybody's able to go all the way down into the splits. I'm not quite there yet.
I think something we could all work towards, I guess. Good. Then we'll come up. We do a thing called uchigatame, which means basically inner toughening. So we're going to start with the thighs. Inner thighs. Lower leg. Outer thighs. The hips. Then we're going to take our right hand. We're going to start on the right side. Or left side, sorry. Chest. Shoulder. Down the arm. Under the side of the arm. Triceps. Up onto the shoulder. Good. To the other side. Chest. Shoulder down the upper top of the arm. Underside of the arm. Triceps. Onto the shoulder. And into the neck. Onto the head. Okay, next thing we're going to do is a toe stretch. So what we're going to do now is we're going to sit, put our weight on the toes, this way. I'll turn the face. combative arts, I guess. Wrestling in high school, or actually in elementary school, wrestled again in high school. Then what happened is I had a friend who was very into a different martial art, and I went out and tried that, and for about the first year and a half, in my early 20s, I was training Aikido, actually it was called. And at the time, I went through some, say, very drastic life changes, lost a friend, and you know, really kind of was looking for something that sort of fit my need for the physical as well as the internal practice. And just so happened my brother had started at a little Aikido dojo, and he said, well, you should come down and try it. I walked in, I tried it, and it was pretty much 7 days a week from that point on. What we're going to do here is we're going to start with our feet sort of triangular shape, heels together. What I want to do, if I was on the line, is I want to step forward in line with my back heel. And when I come back to this position, heels together, again stepping forward, staying in that line, keeping my foot at the 60 degrees. Okay? And what we're going to do as we do that is we're going to raise the hands above the head, pushing through, nice stable base, rolling the hands upward. Looks like you're dumping a bucket of water. You bring them back down, and you raise. Make sure to breathe. So we'll start right foot. Ready? We'll go together. Okay, so we really want to make sure when we're extending forward that when we raise the hands, we extend through these muscles. We want to extend, we call it the tegatana, the hand sword. So we want to extend, pushing forward with the blade part of the hand, extending above the head.
I just want to make sure I get the motion right. So the foot, we're starting, just want to make sure that
You're basically going to push through from your back foot and extend your hands up above the head. So go ahead,
So
take
the
a
right-
step forward. Take a step forward.
okay.
And straight. Yeah, good. And we're going to roll it. Yeah, easy. You don't have to touch thumbs. Just want to extend up this way and push through this part. So almost like you're going to push against my hand with the blade. Go ahead. Yeah, extend out and then above the head. And then as you step back, the hands drop down. Okay, so as you step back, the hands drop down. As you step forward, they raise up and push forward with our other hip. Good. Yeah, there you go. Good, buddy. Okay, and then other side. Yeah, left foot now. Forward, there you go, good, and just straight up the center, pushing forward, good. Then step back, bring the hands down, raise, good. Try to switch feet each time. Yeah, try to keep it straight up in front of you.
So I'm going, basically going slightly the opposite way with my arms as the hip is going?
No, you'll go, the hands will go straight up the vertical line,
Okay.
and the stance will stay linear. Everything stays in line.
Okay.
Forward, yeah, so that's okay. So
I think
go
there's
ahead,
something
step
like
forward
one
again.
there.
Just off to the side of it, go ahead, do it again. Forward, there you go, good, much better. Practice now is a heel turn. So what that is basically you're turning on both heels. You're going to make sure that this foot doesn't trail behind. You're going to turn both heels and shift your weight to the other side. So it's very important that our feet are lined up. That way when we change direction, we're always in line and we're not off center. Here.
I think I'm doing something.
So if you just go like this, start to shift your weight. Turn both. The key to this is moving the center. So if I imagine taking my center line, turning and extending forward, straightening the hips, it'll help you stay balanced. Good. Keep the body nice and upright. Looking to the other side. Turn again. Okay, now what we want to do is add the hands. We want to bring the hands up in that same arc above the head. As soon as it gets above the head, we're going to turn, shifting our weight. Bring the hands down. Then raise the hands above the head, turn on the nice and straight.
Are they going down
Just
while
like this,
in
no,
the
just
straight?
relaxed.
Oh, okay.
At the side. Then, up above the head in the arc, turn, and your hands down. Again. Turn. Turn, yeah, good. And it's a sequence of motion, so it's up above the head, turn on the heel. Okay, not too bad at all. Okay, so that's one change of direction we used. We use that change of direction for a lot of different things. Techniques we do, for example, here I use that heel turn, move this way. So when I move in, here's the heel turn. So it's a shifting of the weight. Next one we're going to do. We're going to do another change of direction, only this one now, we're going to lift the heel and we're going to set our weight back. We call this ting tai. And this is just a simple 180-degree turn. I'm going to set my weight down, sort of so I can have my weight on the back foot. I don't want to lean back, I just want to set my weight back as I turn. So we're going to lift the heel.
Yeah.
What we want to do is we want to always end up in a straight stance with our foot facing towards our opponent. So when I turn here, face the other direction, I want my feet in this same stance. And forward, the weight settles down onto the back foot. I always say you should be able to pick up that foot without leaning back.
Yeah, because when you're doing it, it's perfectly straight, so you're not going to get tied up.
Well, I have a few others. Okay, so move that foot over, make sure the heels are lined up. That's very important. What I mean by that is when you step forward, make sure they stay in line. There you go. No, that's good there. Yeah, there. Now, when you turn, just turn this foot, pick the heel up, set the weight back. Okay, go ahead, turn. There you go, pretty good. And then just let that other foot drift if it's off to the side of it.
Yeah, because this one still wants to go. It's almost like it's trying to overcompensate.
There you go, not too bad. You know what, we'll move into the next one, what we call Tang Kun, which is a very common movement that you see in Aikido. What it is the step, turn, step back. Or we can do it from the front foot, often in technique. But what we want to do is basically do that exact turn we just did, and then the next step back keeps our weight forward. So we step forward, turn, step back. Forward, turn, step back. The hands again will go through the center. So for example, if I'm on this side, hands go through, create a circle, and then extend. Through, extend. Pretty good. There you go. Forward now, turn, kick the leg back, keep your weight forward. Good, that stay face down. So one thing important is if you turn and look at the direction you want to face, as I turn, I kind of get my bearings, 180 degrees, and then I turn my stance according to that. So I turn the head, and then turn the stance. The reason why we practice these so much is Aikido is largely based on the movement of the feet. Always being stable, being able to move and adjust to any situation. Also, Aikido is always geared towards potential multiple attack. Good. Okay, very good.
The man credited as the founder of the Japanese martial art of Aikido is Morihei Ueshiba, who was born in 1883. Ueshiba studied many different styles of martial arts during his time in the Japanese army. After being discharged from the military in 1909, Morihei studied what is now known as Japanese Jiu-Jitsu under Tokido Sukaku for 10 years before he left to establish his own dojo where he provided martial arts training in the city of Ayabe. Shortly after assisting with a mission to Mongolia in 1924, Ueshiba had a sudden and noticeable increase in skill set which he credited to a spiritual event. This inspired him to open a new school in Tokyo known as the Aikikai Hombu Dojo. Only on GONITRO. The show doesn't end here. Visit us online for your fix at gonitro.tv. You can follow us on Instagram, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and you can tweet us on Twitter.
GONITRO Access is brought to you by Melville, Saskatchewan. It's bigger on the inside. Aviva Canada.
Salon services for GONITRO provided by ID Hair Studio. Hair for who you really are.
Don't fit in. Stand out with black chrome.